Well, guten tag my gaming people, and welcome back to a brand new The Gaming Ground video, which will be rather suiting considering the fact that it's a brand new year and all. But to be honest though, it feels kind of unreal that it's, 2015 and everything, but anyhow, today's topic is gonna be a rather odd one, because I'm gonna talk about Chris Chan and Darksydephil. And the speculations about the Chris Chan vs Darksydephil fight. Think of it as an internet celebrity fight kind of thing. Like celebrity boxing, for example. Anyhow, some of you might not be familiar with either one of them. So I'm going to give you guys a brief introduction of them both. But before I do that, I'm just gonna point out that I wouldn't have heard about either one of them if it hadn't been for Alpha Omega Sin and Larry Bundy Jr. So a big thanks to, for giving me mental scars for life, guys. Thank you very much. And now I'm gonna start off by giving you an introduction of Christian Western Chandler, aka Chris Chan, which would be his, internet famous name, kind of. And let me tell you what, Chris Chan is one hell of a personality, and trust me on this, I have met and I have talked to a lot of crazy people over the years, and still, Chris Chan tops them all with ease. With that said, Chris Chan is a 32-year-old white male slash female slash lesbian nutcase from America, or as some would say, a really nutty man-child. And there's so many crazy stories and videos about Chris Chan as well. Like that one when he attacked the, employee at GameStop and he used pepper spray as, against a guard on site. But there was one particular video and story about Chris Chan that creeped me the fuck out. And it's called The Genesis of Chris Chan. Because you literally get to see Chris Chan grow insane, over time in that video. From his early years, teens to adulthood. And that's some pure fucking madness for you right there. Chris has even served some jail time for his past GameStop incident. And from what I have heard, Chris Chan suffers both from paranoia, Asperger's, autism, and God knows what more. And nowadays, Chris thinks himself as a female lesbian. Yes, you heard that right, a female lesbian. And his insane obsession with Sonic the Hedgehog has gotten him into, trouble more than one time. And, well, that's like a very short introduction of Chris Chan, so now it's time for the next nutcase, which will be Philip Burnell, aka Darksydephil, aka the King of Hate, aka DSP Gaming. Which will be a 30-year-old YouTube personality from America. Also white. Trash, I don't know. Which actually was liked by people at the very start of his YouTube career back in 2008. But things went downhill rather fast from there because somehow DSP Gaming turned into that asshole David Brent from the TV series The Office. The really big asshole boss kind of character dude. And when I watched the video The King Has Been Revealed, it took me about, I don't know, like briefly 22 seconds before I started to understand why people hate, Phil so much, at least nowadays. To be exact, he called his own audience for fags in that very video. And the video was posted back in 2009, by the way. And well, things hasn't got, better over the years. It's become worse over the years for Darksydephil. I mean, there's literally tons of shit to be found on the web about him. And I mean, there's been so many, like, internet rants and stuff about him. And the fun thing is this, I knew who, Chris Chan was before I heard about Darksydephil. But I don't know if it was just pure luck or unluck for that matter, but I didn't have all that, clear picture who, the King of Hate was. I may have seen, like, pictures of the guy before, but I have no, idea who he was or what he was all about. But I think the whole thing with the Chris versus Darksydephil started just recently, because after that Alpha Omega Sin video, when he talked about Chris Chan and his crazy fucking adventures, or should I say rampage at GameStop, there, you know, I don't know the name of the site, but there's like a static kind of site. You can see the popularity of Google search words, for example, and I noticed that Chris Chan was like almost a dead kind of thing when you searched for it, but after that Alpha Omega Sin video there was searches for both Chris Chan and Darksydephil, and then I saw that people started to talk about, I think it was because of a boxing celebrity match on TV, they started to, you know, just in a joking kind of way, that there should be a fight between Chris Chan and Darksydephil, and I just thought that it could be a good thing to, you know, speculate and talk about in a video. Because I have to admit that it's a pretty interesting thought. You know, a fight between Chris Chan and Darksydephil. I mean, who would win that one? And I also had this odd feeling that either, you know, someone could start a Kickstarter campaign for it. You know, for actually founding the actual fight. And just to get the record straight, by the way, both Chris Chan and Darksydephil are anti-Gamergate, just so you know. That's something which I heard just before I recorded this video. Because there was, I think it was Chris Chan that posted a like humongous post, I think it was Facebook actually, where he ranted about finding his inner woman and that he's feeling, you know, harassed and all that. And I mean, some people of course will find it hilarious, but I think he's bloody serious. Sorry. And he just kept on going. Totally insane. And just think about it for a, you know, a moment. Having them fight each other in a, you know, boxing ring or whatever. I think it would be a huge success, to be honest. I think there would be enough people that would be willing to pay for it, maybe like a pay-per-view kind of thing. Because both of them are crazy in their own special way, if you know what I mean. And I also believe that there's enough people that would, if someone actually started a Kickstarter campaign for this, I believe that it will happen for real, because there's so many people that hates both of them for their own particular reason. But I don't know, I think it could be a big success, to be honest. But let's say that someone starts a Kickstarter campaign for the fight or whatever, indiegogo, if they even allow it, I don't know, and they raise enough money. Would they actually be able to convince them to do the fight? I don't know. Sorry again. I've been having a cold as hell. And I don't know. I don't even know about the legal parts either, because if you take Chris Chan, for example, I mean, he's obviously mental unstable. So I don't know if it would be even legal having him fight in a boxing ring. Because, I mean, just go to his Twitter page or Facebook or whatever and read what the guy, or whatever the hell he is, or call himself nowadays. I mean, it's total ludicrous, total madness. And I can't honestly believe that Chris Chan is like a real person. I mean, I thought it was like the biggest troll kind of thing. I mean, just think about it. When you check out the stuff about Chris Chan, it's hard to believe that this person actually exists for real. I mean, I thought it was like in that parody movie of Scary Movie. You know, that retarded sheriff. I'm not gonna spoil it, but he's not, you know, retarded. That's all I'm gonna say if you're gonna watch that movie. And I thought that was the case with Chris Chan, but he actually is a total nutcase, and I feel sorry for him actually, but I think he should seek help. But what do you guys think about this thing with Chris Chan and Darksydephil and the fight? Would you pay for it, and would you like to see it happen? Well, comment if you want to, and just take care and subscribe if you want to. Adios.